Final quarter of GDFL. First division, second semi-final. The winners go straight to the grand final. The losers get a chance to tackle Bannockburn next week. At this stage, Corio got a handy break. A big break, 15-11, 101 Corio. Werribee Central's 9-7-61. It's 40 points the difference. And the word is from the Moose. Paul Meason's been out listening to Wayne Tykman talking. He's implored his players to break through the pain barrier. Keep going. Don't give it in now. You've done all the hard work, he said. Get through the pain barrier.
Well, I'm sure they'll do that and do that comfortably because they've been full of run here all afternoon. And as you've just mentioned, Cookie, 40-point leaders over the Werribee Central side here this afternoon.
Siren sound start the last quarter. Wayne Tykman's got 4 and Mark O'Till's got 3 for Corio, whilst Paul Stretton's got 3 on the board for the Werribee Centrals as the ball is settled late. Umpire lets it go. That might have been a free kick out of the middle there, but it's not. Corio going to attack, and here comes Jason Doherty.
Davey goes towards Tykman. He's held there by Buck. Good play by Buck to get it away towards Ryan. Oh, Johnny Cousins runs through. In fact, that was Dave. Cousins runs through, holding the ball. That was a bit rough on Cousins there, but a free kick found. And it's going to go to Werribee Centrals. It's going to go to Ryan. Kicks across the ground towards centre half forward, leading out there. Edgar takes a good mark going back with the flight of the ball. He's at centre half back for the Werribee Central side in front of O'Toole. Plays on quickly, right foot kick towards Vilchins and also Robinson. Good mark by Brenton Vilchins.
Gee, it was because somehow he worked his way to the front because Ray Robinson, who's upset him all day, was in front, but then Vilchins got in front of him. Great effort.
Kicked away by Field, who got the handball from Vilchins. Ettridge is back there. And that was a mark. Jeez, that was the shortest 10 metres I've ever seen. God. Ettridge goes across. Poor kick from Butter, though, because he's only picked out Andrew Scott inside 50 metres.
That might well be justice, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Jeez.
very much so. And poor football there from the Butter. He obviously going colourblind at his old age because he's picked out this young fellow, Andy Scott. He's kicked one already here this afternoon. He's about 45, 50 metres out directly in front. Bruise coming over his left shoulder. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Accuracy could be... No, it didn't quite make the distance.
Ricky Neville did well on that goal line there. Got the footy, kicked it out wide. He's got a teammate out there.
Cornwell,
it is Nevada. Just steady. Just played a steady game, Nevada. This guy's played pretty well, Roach. He takes the mark just 15 metres away from Nevada. That was a legal distance, I'd reckon. He kicks the ball towards the centering Dave Cousins. Pushed off the footy on that occasion by the number 1 Guernsey of Darren Fraser. Free kick to Werribee. Don't know what that was for, but Roland Beck's going to take it. I thought Cousins might have got a free kick there for one over the top, Ronnie.
Well, there you are. Roland Beck has got the footy now. Out of side centre wing. Right foot kick. Looks up there for the lead of Stretton. Knocked away Ricky Neville. Well done. Ground level. Nevada Cornwall does well. He's kicked not a good one. And going back with the flight of the footy, taking a timely grab. Brett Membry.
he goes out wide looking for Edgar and finds him in front of Cornwall. On centre wing. Out of side. 15-11 plays, 9-7, 40 points of difference. Edgar goes towards Vilchins. Cousins in front. Oh, takes a great mark. Johnny Cousins in front of Vilchins. Second and third places in the Neville Whitley medal, so they both had great seasons. Play on now. Cousins has to get around Vilchins. He can't do so, but he gets a handball out towards Ettridge. Oh, he's nearly wrapped up by Ryan. He gets a handball further afield to Swampy Marsh. Breaks a tackle. Play on the call for a high tackle. Right foot kick towards Tykman and also Buck at centre half forward. Tapped on by Davey out towards O'Keefe. First to recover, though, are Werribee. Scott Johnson, can't handle the ball, though. Could have been a trip there. Out towards O'Keefe. Back in the centre of the ground now. I've lost about 20 metres. He goes with his right boot because he's got a great kick. And there's O'Toole. Baker over the back. They're still outnumbering. Great play, Andrew Scott, though, to tackle Baker and put the pressure on him. Scotty Johnson towards the boundary line. In fact, it was Buck. And he finds the safety of the boundary line. Good play by the Werribee defence.
Yeah, good pressure, and they're still having a red-hot go, the Centrals, even though they're trailing here at the moment by 40 points in the GDFL second semi-final here at the Western Oval. And it looks certain for mine that Corio will book their spot in the 95 grand final.
Boundary umpire throws it in 25 metres around and goal. Corio in attack. Up goes James Ryan from the back. Knocked the ball to the tip. Werribee get out of this. Little kick from Beck. Is it effective? It's a left footer. It goes out. McNamara uses the fist. Roach is in there. Picked up David. Taken away by Andrew Scott. Hadn't played a bad game since he got on the ground, young Scott. Got it back towards the centre of the ground. Wilson's a chance. Couldn't handle it. Taken away by Darren Fraser. Out wide to Harton. Harton runs to 50. He straightens up Harton. He goes long for goal. McCone goes back with the flight of the footy and takes the grab between goal and behind post. Now he went behind the post and paid on. He's kicked it out of bounds in the full. I wouldn't think you can go behind. Back once you go behind that line, you must kick over the man of the mark. And what I was taught, Ronnie.
Yeah, good call, Cookie. And, well, the umpire has allowed it to go on. As it's turned out, it's been to the detriment of the Corio side. because Luke Luddick now has got an opportunity to drive the Centrals into attack.
Awkward kick for him, Jace. He's on his left foot, which is the wrong side for the left footer.
Yep.
His grandstand side of the ground.
He's looking for a bit of a lead. He goes with his left foot on the outside. Banana kick towards the goal square. Great play by Vlado and also Ray Robertson to push the ball through for a rush behind to the Werribee Central side. So they move to 9-8-62 and they'll trail Corio 15-11-101.
And the kick in to be taken by Roach. He's been a rocket Gibraltar down there on defence this afternoon. The umpire just saying, come back a little off the mark. Let go. The goal umpire's finished. 101 plays 62 on the GDFL bingo centre final quarter scoreboard. And Roach now prepares to kick the ball back into play. It's all set. He goes out wide. It's okay. And Sugar Ray Robinson takes the mark in the left back pocket. He's called out a play on as he actually moved off the mark. Robinson now kicked not too good. Vilchens, his opponent couldn't take the mark. In goes Cornwall. At ground level he does well. It fires out a hand pass out wide to the runner Butter Ettridge. He's claimed in the tackle by Robbie Edgar. The boundary line swallows them both up and it's out of bounds on the far side of the ground. Midway between centering half forward flank. The Centrals just in will take the trail 101-62.
Vilsons does battle there with Robertson. There's been a whistle on play, and I think Ray Robinson has been pinged for holding, and Brenton Vilson, the coach of the Centrals now, with the footy at centre wing. A long kick, up they go. McCone does well, thumps it away from Stretton at ground level. Simjeni, a quick kick up there to centre half back. Looks there for Cornwall. Could have been pulled off the ball by Edward. No free kick was forthcoming. At ground level now, Swampy Marsh kicks it to the members' side wing. Ball sits pretty well for Mark Brown, under pressure. Cool hands, goes to the Sharky O'Toole, who's just doing what he wants to do. Gets around, long kick on the left foot to Tyquin. Oh, the Beck was there, back of the pack. Ashley Davies ran one along the ground. A real little worm burner from 35 and has popped it through.
It was a grabber, but it bounced this way, that way, it bounced the right way. It's a goal! Corio, they've gone further ahead. 16 goals and a number of points. We'll get that in a minute.
11.
It's 107, 16, 11, 107. Werribee Central's 9-8-64. And gee whiz, what a goal. That bounced about 4 different ways and went through.
Yeah, great football. And let's just, for a bit of interest sake for our listeners, what's the winning margin going to be, fellas? I reckon it might be 100 points plus.
Well, I went for 11 and Jason went for 18, so...
No. It'll be about 45.
Okay,
what it is
Jason.
now. There you go.
It's on the GDFL bingo centre final quarter scoreboard. The ball's brought back to the middle by the boundary umpires. Done their job all right today. Out of the centre comes Puppy Field for Werribee. Can't get the kick in. He's well claimed in that tackle. His kick was actually smothered there by Johnny Cousins, and the boot of Puppy Field got Johnny Cousins about the kidney area, but he's okay. He's up, and the umpire's going to bounce it down in the centre of the ground.
Robertson and Vilchens. Vilchens gets the tap down through 3-4 sets of hands. Brown's there also. Cousins for Corio. Kick off the ground by Werribee is a good one because it's deep into the attacking territory. Roach leads all players towards the ball and the boundary line, or beats everybody over.
Yeah, good play, David Roach.
It reminds me a bit of Scotty Hearn from Anarchy in last year's final series. Scotty Hearn knew how to find the boundary line for Anarchy, and David Roach not bad at finding it either. But he's wearing number 99. He'd be tired at the end of the night, Ron, wouldn't he?
He certainly would be. I'm getting very tired calling him. As we see now, Stretton, good work, knocks it towards the goal mouth of the Centrals. But John Cousins mopped up again for the Devils. Good work, Mickey O'Toole. Got it to the big man, Sugar Ray Robertson. He's long torpedo punt to the centre wing position. Opportunity now, Mark Brown. Quick hand pass. Puts O'Keefe under pressure. But he's too strong. Got the run of Davey. Quick hand pass. Davey long up there looking for Tyquin. Can he mark it? No, he can't. Good work, Gareth Buck. Gets the ball away, and it's now out of bounds off those players' hands in the right forward pocket, about 10 metres from.
For Corio, Paul Baker coming off. He's been an electric player too when he's gone to the play day. And Lonnie Cousins, the youngster, gets a run at long last.
Throw in now. Tyquin to do the ruck work against Vilchens, deep into the Corio attack. Tyquin in front, Vilchens takes it out, gets a right foot kick towards half forward. Swampy Marsh in front of Scott this occasion. Good mark by Swampy. All his experience there used to take a good mark. He stuck the bum out.
And he's been more than handy this afternoon in the middle of the ground.
He's got good vision, so watch for a good kick here. He's going to go long. He's going to kick from about 50. Oh, he nearly thought he was going to play on then. He's kicked long towards Tyquin. Vilchens is back there. Over the back of the pack, they can raffle it. Lonnie turned around, first kick, goal! Great roving from the youngster.
That's a good start for the kid.
He's handy coming off the beach.
If you're ever in a tight situation, you bring him on, first kick, you kick a goal.
Bang, not a problem there.
Well, that brings the margin to 50 points, gentlemen. GDFL Bingo Centre final quarter of the scoreboard. Corio 17-11, 113 of trumping Werribee Centrals, who at the present time 9-8-62. 10 minutes gone of the final quarter. Proudly brought to us by Bannockburn Sporting Trophies.
Back to the centre of the ground. The umpire puts it on the turf, and up they go. Robertson might have won the hit down, but it's taken away. It's taken out of the centre. This is Field coming down the ground. Puppy goes bang. It's long. It's a good kick. Puppy Field kicks a great goal. Oh, beauty. He got the ball out of the centre from Robinson's knockdown. Got it through the muddy patch. Johnny Cousins just picking himself up out of there now. And Field knocked it in front of him. Ran his full distance. Kicked from about 55. No one back in the goal square. And through she went. Great goal. Kicked by Paul Field. His first for the afternoon.
Yes, a badly needed one. And a good reply to that last Corio goal. As we see now the gap just bridging a little closer. Back to
45 points.
Thank you very much, Jason Doherty.
I think that might be my margin.
Umpire Zampatti back in the middle. Nearly 10 minutes gone to the final stanza.
He asked me a couple of minutes ago what I thought, and I thought it was 45
you've had 4
points.
picks at the margin throughout the afternoon. Here's Field getting the hand pass out again for a Werribee. Back it goes to Field. Gets another one out too. Wasn't all that bad too. Got it to Scott. Scott goes down towards Harton. He comes out, takes the mark 65 metres out from goal. Harton now just steadies play up a little. Just sizes up the option. Goes short. It kicks okay. He finds Timmy Ellis, who takes the mark just inside 50. He's got to go back and kick from 50 metres. Ronnie, do you fancy this?
Yes, Timmy Ellis can kick the football very long. Accuracy will be the only concern here. He has got the bruise coming over his left shoulder.
A lot of bruise up here at the minute, Ron.
Okay, the kick this time he doesn't quite get hold of it. Just lobs up there. Oh, good mark, Stretton. Not paid. Vilsons doesn't mind though, because he picked it up and gone bang! Kicked it straight through the high little. A nice goal to the coach of the Werribee Central side, Brenton Vilsons, and he kicks his first of the afternoon.
Good roving from Vilchins there. And that will see Werribee move to 11-8-74 and Corio 17-11-113 on the GDFL Bingo Centre final quarter scoreboard. So the margin is 39 points.
Brenton Vilsons, the big captain coach of the Centrals, back in the middle to have another tussle with Sugar Ray Robinson, the Corio ruckman who's done very well here this afternoon, nullifying the strength of Brenton Vilsons. As we see, as we've just mentioned, the margin now out to
39.
39, thank you.
There you go, Ronnie. You can go back to sleep now. Ball's back in the middle. Let's wait and see what happens out of this centre bounce. Can the Centrals mount a final quarter challenge here? To get back at Corio. Hook and Corio keep continuing on their merry way. They've got that margin. Just got their 6-goal margin. They've kept that through halfway through the second quarter. Umpire bounces it down. A free kick. It's going to go Corio's way. A little bit of luck their way. Might be two in the middle, I think. And Sharky O'Toole kicks it off the ground. He's kicked it away from Ray Robertson, who appeals for a 50-metre penalty. That's experience for you. His teammate kicked it away. What about that, said Sugar Ray. He's got it right at the centre of the ground. Just steadying. Just sizing out the options. Elects to kick it out wide towards Mark Brown, who drifts in and takes the guy's grab. 45 metres the kick travelled. He's 65 metres out from goal. And here comes Mark Brown. A long kick into the pocket. Not a bad kick at all. Lonnie Cousins giving away a free kick here, I think, on Brendan Vilsons. And Tim Ellis wanted to go with it, but it's got to come back to Vilsons. And, well, no doubt he would have taken the mark had he not been held. It's going to go the other way. Going to go back, is it? Well, it must have been. I was watching Vilsons and Cousins. Obviously, Cousins must have knocked 2 over before he got to Vilsons. And Gareth Buck from the back pocket goes on right foot towards half back. The target is Vilsons. Robinson's up in front, does well. O'Toole hand pass across. Who's this on the ground? Number 4. Mickey Mustard's the Mozzie. Oh, he played that like a defender. He had a chance to get a goal out of bounds. Tyke one over the top. Goes to Lonnie Cousins. Little Lonnie goes, swings around on left foot. He fires to the goal. Gee, it's a great kick for goal, but it's out of bounds before he kicked it. It was a goal, I reckon.
It would have been 2 kicks and 2 goals, but
it must have been just out of bounds before he brought that ball back into play as Ronnie Brain game wakes up. And
Thank you very much.
Did you knock him?
Thank you very much. Well, the ball is in the right forward pocket. City end of the Western Oval. And we see that, Corio into attack. This time Vilsons does well over the top of Tyquin. Thumps it across the outer side of the ground. Running onto the football there was Mark O'Toole. Lost his footing. Support there though, Johnny Cousins. Quick hands to Cornwall who goes short. Or Muzzets well met there by Membry. Ball ricochets back though, and good work Muzzets. Got it across there to O'Keefe. Chips it back to Brown. Gave up about 30 metres in distance. Didn't matter. And I think you'll find there's been a free kick. And it will be against young Lonnie Cousins. Got into the back there of Timmy Ellis. A little bit overzealous, Lonnie, on that occasion.
Ellis now goes long towards half-back field. Is outnumbered because he's got Cousins and also Neville there. But Dave Roach at the back of the pack. Right foot kick up towards O'Toole and Tyquin. They're up, roving. Roland Beck, good play by him. Picks the ball up and kicks it towards the open centre of the ground. Ettridge leads Hart in the race for the ball. It bowls them both over. Mick O'Toole gets first to get back. Gets around 2 tackles. Gets a handball out towards Darren McNamara, who leads straight into the ball. Left foot kick is a good one because he can find Dave Cousins. He takes a mark on the wing in front of Beck. He plays on quickly. Left foot kick and a good kick too because he's also found Stephen O'Keefe, who's in front of Membry from centre half forward. Kicks across the ground. They're doing as they please now. Johnny Cousins can run in from 50 metres. Go long towards an open goal. Lonnie Cousins is 2 out. He could get a free kick for holding on. There's none forthcoming. And Ellis will run it out of the back line now. He's taken 2 bounces at 50. He's taken 3 bounces. He draws Cousins. Handball over the top is going to put Vilchins under pressure. He taps it out towards Ellis, who kept running close to the boundary line. He's going to try and beat Mostert around the boundary line. He can't do so. Good play by Mostert. He's over the top. Handball out towards Ray Robertson. Johnson's there. Ellis is going to get wrapped up. Ellis is there again. Right foot kick. He's going to relieve the pressure because he's found Edgar in the middle of the ground.
Edgar's got the ball in the centre of the turf here at the Western Oval for the Werribee Centrals. And Edgar goes on the right foot. He looks out wide for Hart and he takes the mark. He fires up the hand pass. Immediately it's okay too to Darren Fraser. Not his best day today, Fraser. He got the ball across there. In effect to Richard Field. Back to Fraser. Into the forward zone. Out they come. Beat the drum. Shot at goals offline. It's 1 point only. Centrals need to kick goals, Ronnie.
Mark O'Toole having a rest for the Corio side, and Paul Baker back on the ground. And
a well-earned rest, I'd suggest.
Yes, played a very good game here this afternoon for the Devils. Just waiting now on another very good footballer here this afternoon. David Roach brings the ball back into play. Good, confident kick. Picks out Butter Ettridge. And there was no qualms about it. Butter says, thank you very much, Roachy, and marks the ball and centre half back. Chips down to the half-back flank position. A little bit wider there, looking for O'Keefe, but he can't take the footy. Edgar can, though, for the Centrals. His kick around the body, not a good one, dropping short in front, Bilato Geneva.
He handballs it out towards McNamara, but puts him under pressure. Paul Smith's there. Back towards Edgar. Kick across the ground. Good vision because he's found Field. That's Richard. He's at half forward. Turns around McCone. Right foot kick towards centre half forward. Outnumbered there. The Werribee Central side. Jackson and taking a mark is Neville. Handballs towards O'Toole. Handballed it to nobody in particular. At centre half forward now on the 50-metre line. Good play by the umpire to let it go. Keep going the play. Vilchins is there over the top of the ball. Tries to tap it out. Baker's over the top also. Johnny Cousins gets a quick kick in towards the centre of the ground. Davey gets around 2. Handball to Mark Brown. But a poor handball puts him under pressure. There's Roland Beck. Quick left foot kick by him towards half forward. Luddick leading Roach towards the ball. Roach over the back. They both tap at the ball. Outnumbered was Luddick because he got 6 players around him. Corio players, and Paul Baker can relieve the pressure at half back. Short little kick out. Nobody to kick to though, and Beck's there. Takes the mark on the wing position grandstand side.
He centres the ball across towards the middle of the turf here at the Western Oval. He finds James Ryan, who eludes the tackle from McCone after taking the mark, and he goes long into the forward pocket. Out comes Stretton. 2 hands on the foot. He couldn't mark. Gathered nicely. Swung it back on the right foot. Oh, drifting him beautifully. Johnny Cousins cut that one off nicely. Didn't take the mark, but good enough to able to get it out to Mark Brown. He fires up the handbone. Big Vlado kicks it. He's flattened as he kicked the ball by Ryan. Downfield free kick umpire. And Murray Fadding says, Cookie, you're on the ball again. You're right for the 3rd time in 5 years.
You could see it coming though, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
I didn't think there was anything wrong in it.
No, you can't do that. They kick the footy. Lonnie Cousins takes it. He goes to Tyquin, the coach. You're going to go next week, Lonnie. He couldn't quite find him. The ball comes back out. Rebounds, in fact, out of defence. Tim Ellis can't take the mark. Central's got the numbers here. Here comes Ryan. Picks it up left foot. He goes towards half forward. No mark taken there by Field. Roach been reliable in the back line. He goes out wide. Looks for Darren McNamara. And Ronnie Braid. Here comes the leader of the band, McNamara.
He's got support there from Ettridge. Back to the leader of the band, McNamara. Up there looking for Johnny Cousins. It's David in actual fact. And the racehorse, off he goes. Has a bounce. Chips it over. Mickey Mustart's lost his footing at the crucial time and has allowed Roland Beck to come in and mop up for the Centrals, but oh dearie me, he's kicked it out of the park, and I tell you what, the Devils are smiling all the way to the bank here this afternoon.
Pretty ordinary kick, Jason. No pressure at all.
Oh, he should have done better than that, and that's a poor kick. He's could have started something there from deep in the back line, the Werribee Central side, but Corio out with the resultant free kick, Cornwall.
7.5 minutes gone. Buddy Burns putting Travis time clock. 75 plays 1-1-3. It is 38 points the difference. Corio in control.
Goes across towards O'Keefe. Chips the ball to him. He can't take the mark. He's got support in Baker there. He shepherds for him. The Baker boy can line up the goal. Goes for goal over Vilchin's head.
Baker boy means bed to bread. You can taste the difference. Oh, he's put another one through, Ronnie. My favourite footballer's got one there very nicely. That's his first of the afternoon too, Paul Baker.
Yeah, sensational job too. The youngster just back on the ground too, and he's kicked a very handy one. And the Devils doing as they like. 18-11.
Looky.
198 points. Corio, shut up, Cookie. 11-9-75. Werribee Central's margin back to 44 points. GDFL Bingo Centre. Final got on the scoreboard.
That solo's kicking in this afternoon, isn't it? Fantastic.
That's magic stuff, isn't it? I don't know how they make it so cheap. Come back in the centre. The ball's bounced to the turf. Up goes Robertson. He's been tireless this afternoon against Filton. Got it down towards Nevada. Cornwall tumbles the punt out of the middle. Rolling back, goes back, takes a nice market out back to the Centrals, and he heads out wide. And Ronnie Brain, take us through a stanza.
Oh, up over the top, the Baker boy. He's grown an inch, I reckon, after that last goal. Takes a great mark over the top of Jock Evans, or Jock Wright, I should say. Finds his teammate there at centre half back in Mickey O'Toole. He's kicked out a bit scrappy, allows Richard Field now to pick it up. Gives it to Scotty Johnson, who hand passes now to Darren Fraser. Puts him in a bit of strife, actually. Gets it around there. Good enough there to Jackson. Good work. Now Jackson runs through centre half forward. Shoots at goal from 40 metres. A lovely work there. Brendan Jackson kicks his first for the afternoon.
Yeah, pretty good first half, Brendan Jackson, but hasn't been so much since. But a nice goal there. And just enough carry on the footy. McCone thought he was going to get back to it, had to turn around and chase, and didn't make it. 18-11, 1-19, Corio. The Centrals 12-9-81 on the GDFL Bingo Centre. Final quarter scoreboard, and we have gone 21 minutes in the final quarter. That's on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophy's time clock. And look at those headers, you and me, Ronnie. I reckon our hairdressers love to see us come and have a look at them too, will you? At least I've got something to get cut.
What can I say?
You'll think of something.
Back in the centre, Vilchins and Robertson. Vilchins tries to take the ball out of the ruck. He can't do so. Cornwall in the middle of the pack gets a handball out towards the Baker boy. Also in there was Scotty Johnson. Gets one high and will take the free kick for Werribee Centrals in the middle of the ground as the shoe phone rings again for 86. And
that'll be a wrong number. No, really luck.
Scotty Johnson, right foot kick out towards Edgar, and Edgar takes the mark in front of the Mozzie. He's on the wing position now.
Yeah, mate.
Left foot kick. Well, they just going across the ground. Jackson, good mark in front of Johnny Cousins. He plays on now. Left foot kick. Short kick towards Scott over the head of O'Keefe. Scott runs through the middle of the ground. Handball out towards Alice and also Edgar. Across on half forward flank out of side. Quick kick towards Luddick. He's going to be outnumbered by Roach and also Cornwall. It's going to beat everybody over the line and a boundary throw in.
Ocean Grove now leading the Bellarine. Second semi-final by Ronnie.
Well, 7 goals, Cookie. They've kicked away in the third quarter. Richardson, the spearhead, has only got one more goal to get to break the record for the Bellarine Footy League.
Great effort from Adam Richardson as the boundary umpire throws it back into play. A step down towards Darren McNamara. He dives in on top of the football there in the back pocket. Umpire says, too many round the footy for my liking. I think I'll ball it up. It is 14 goals. Sorry, it is 12 goals, 981 to Werribee, and 18-11, 119 to Corio. We've gone at least nearly 20 minutes into this final quarter on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophy's time clock. The ball's in the forward pocket for Werribee. They're fighting hard in there. Mark Brown at ground level doing a great job for Corio to hold that in because it had got away. So this 5 minutes out from goal, and he somehow hooked that ball back under him, then made the obvious attempt perhaps to knock the ball out, which was pretty well disguised, and it's a ball decision, and it's just 5 minutes out from goal. Central's right into attack.
Umpire Fanning puts it down. Sam Janiv over the top of the pack. Baker's at the fall of the ball, close to the boundary line and out of bounds.
Yes, time clock ticking away now. Just approaching 20 minutes of this final quarter, I should say. And, well, Corio doing it comfortably. 38-point leaders. Ball in the right forward pocket. Werribee Central's into attack. Wilson's over the top. Got it to ground. But again, Swampy Marsh, who's been, I should say, Pippa O'Toole. Mickey O'Toole's been in everything here this afternoon. And he's happy to see the ball go out of bounds about 25 metres from the Corio goal.
Vilchins uses his body there to get Robertson out of the way. Out towards half forward. Harton can run onto the ball. He's tackled without it. surrounded by Corio players. At the bottom of the pack was O'Toole. That was Mick. Comes out towards Vilchins and running straight through the pack, Neville. Also Andrew Scott there for Werribee Centrals.
Well played, Ricky Neville.
Yep.
Attacked the football with great ferocity there in the back pocket, ran straight at it, and anyone that was in the way, look out, and he attacked the football. He won the football, not cleanly, but he knocked the ball towards the fence. Hits a boundary throw in far side of the ground. Umpire puts it back into play. Robertson takes front position. Vilchins goes over the back. It rebounds to Vilchins. He gets the hand pass over the top. Here's a flying shot at the goals. It's missed across the right-hand side. Colin Fraser, was it? Thank you, Ronnie. And I just saw the thinning hair. I thought you'd know who it was. And
Blood Brothers.
Cole's missed to the left-hand side there. Just 1 point goes on the board. Here's Roach to put the ball back into play. And here's Jason Doherty on Guest FM to tell us how he kicks it.
He kicks it to the grandstand side and finds Johnny Cousins in the back pocket. Sharky's just back on as we can hear him call. He's taken his brother off. Stephen O'Keefe, short kick. Cousins finds him. He can play on quickly. Goes in towards the centre of the ground. Baker can have the sit. He doesn't need it because the ball has floated towards him and he's taken the mark in front of Edgar. He plays on Sharky, just back on the ground. He can take the mark. Look at that, casual as you like.
Oh, great kick from Baker.
Great kick and a great mark too. He's got all the time in the world, O'Toole. He's at half forward. Classy player. He's kicked 3 goals this afternoon. The lead's on from Tyquin. He has to sit and wait. It's over the back of the pack. Ashley Davey can run in. He's going to be shepherded by Lonnie Cousins. He doesn't need it anyway. He's kicked the goal.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Another one on the board of the Corio Devils. They've gone to 19-11, 125 on the final quarter scoreboard here. They lead Werribee Centrals 12-10-82. Ronnie at the GDFL best of first, also to Jason. That's on the GDFL Bingo Centre final quarter scoreboard, 125 plays 82. At that vote count there, we walked around, we talked to most people there, and they all thought that Werribee Centrals would win the second semi and they win the grand final.
I've been surprised how many people have jumped off the Corio bandwagon the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's amazing because I mean,
how many people
it is amazing, Ron.
26 minutes gone, final quarter, back in the centre. Vilchins knocks the ball to the turf. Of course, Bannockburn Sporting Trophies bring us the final quarter here. And the kick from Robertson's a long one, but it's marked back there for the Centrals.
Cole Fraser.
Golf, thank you. Ronnie, take a call.
Okay, well now he's handballed the ball to the run of Gareth Buck, the full-back, who brings the ball to the members' side of the ground. Looks there for Andrew Scott it is, but some good work there, Mark Brown again. Punches the ball away, that's out of bounds, right on centre wing here at the Western Oval, members' side of the ground.
Thrown in now, Vilchins against Robinson. Vilchins uses his body, gets it towards Field, who gets the handball out the back of the pack to Beck. He can run through the middle. Oh, he tries to bounce the ball and he couldn't even do that properly. Handball out from Davey, puts Butter Ettridge under pressure, but he's good enough to get it to Cousins. He takes a bounce and well shepherded by his brother Dave. He's taken another bounce. He kicks for goal. Lonnie can leave it. Oh, it's brotherly love there again because Lonnie's taken the mark. He's had 1 kick. He's kicked the goal and he could bring up his second goal with his second kick. And it was all from the Cousins there. Dave shepherded, Johnny kicked and Lonnie marked.
Yes, well, just about call them kissing Cousins, couldn't you? Because they've been that close all afternoon.
He's been waiting all day to say that.
There's more Cousins out there than you have in Mongolian loving, Ronnie. They're everywhere. So he's played pretty well since quarter time. Johnny Cousins been very good.
Loving.
Never been to one of them. Are they good, are they?
As we said in the 60s, if you can remember the 60s,
No.
you weren't there. All right? So you missed something there. Lonnie Cousins goes bang, kicks his second of the afternoon, and both in the final quarter too. Don't remember that, Ron?
No, I don't.
If you remember the 60s, you weren't there. That's what we all said, because we had funny cigarettes and everything in those days. 20 goals, 11, 1-31, Corio. Werribee Central, 12 goals, 10-82 on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard. Hey, good callers out there, Ronnie. Good night out there too.
Yeah, certainly is. 28 minutes gone to the final quarter on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock. And a special cheerio to Pam and David Glover out there at Bannockburn supplying guest video with great trophies all throughout the season of 95 for GDFL footy.
We'll give our votes at the end of the day for the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock. Best player on the ground as the ball's bounced back in the centre. Here come Corio. Gee, they've been strong today. Out it goes, out wide. It's okay. Taken by Baker. The kick game from the Butter Ettridge. Baker gets it across to O'Keefe into the forward. Lonnie over the top. I was sick of kicking goals. Said, Ashley, would you like to kick one? He said, thank you very much. Bang, it's a goal.
Well, Ashley Davey kicks his third. Lonnie could have kicked his third, but he decided that, well, I've had 2 kicks, 2 goals. I won't push me luck. Give it to Ashley Davey. Right on the goal line, who just toe poked it through, and the 21st goal is on the board for the Corio side.
21-11, 137 Corio. Werribee Central's 12 goals, 10.82 on the GDFLB goes. Head of final quarter scoreboard as the boys in blue walk past us. We thank you for your patronage this afternoon, gentlemen. Wonder where they're going. Ronnie, might be heading for the just heading for the toilet. Okay.
The cameraman's uncle there.
The cameraman's uncle.
Dean's uncle. My God, he's got friends everywhere.
Dean's
hasn't he?
uncle.
He's got friends everywhere.
What can I say?
Back in the centre, Vilchins gets a tap out towards McNamara and Field. Ellis gets another little tap towards Puppy Field. He runs it towards half forward. Good play by Field. Right foot kick. Oh, there's all Corio there, though. Oh, the Mozzie drops the easiest of marks. Harton's held without the ball. No free kick. Jackson's in there also. McCone's over the top of the ball. Pack develops and a ball up.
One fatal disaster for Peter McCone. He's played a terrific game in the back line, Ron Brain.
Yeah, only for that one incident, he really hasn't put a foot wrong, has he?
Well, that's the only one. It wasn't his foot either, but that's the only one he put wrong. And he was stiff too.
He certainly was. Threatened as well there in the ruck contest, but again, McCone, quick kick out of defence, but he didn't see the big fella. Brenton Wilson's out there at half back. He takes the easiest of overhead grabs.
He goes out towards Roland Beck in the middle of the ground. Right foot kick goes towards centre half forward, and Richard Field takes the mark in front of Ricky Neville. And Richard Field has kicked 2 goals. He'll be lining up for his third from about 45 metres out. 21-11, 137 plays, 12-10, 82.
It's all over.
Listen, we've got the 2 Fields out here. We've got Paul Field, he's Puppy. Now, Richard Field, we've got no nickname.
No, he
for
must
Richard.
be Dog or something.
No, I think we'd call him Paddy.
Paddy Fields.
Puppy and Paddy. Here comes Paddy Field. Comes in, number 8 on the back. He goes for goal with the right foot. It's a long kick from Paddy Field. Distance is there. Accuracy, a little bit astray. Just on the right-hand side. And the Paddy. The race Paddy kicks 1 point only. Here's another one I'll make famous. Don't worry about that.
along with Nofi and Delamanica.
Oh, all them, yeah. Here comes Roach. Kicks in lovely. Kick in from Roach to half back. And he finds big Vlado Semjani. Takes the mark. Short of centre half back. He kicks it over that position. Kicks okay. Mostert. This time he gathered the footy in both hands nicely. The Mozzie goes away on the right foot. He heads up for the Baker boy. He's behind the pack and stumped away nicely. 2 there. Towards the Baker boy. Towards the fence, in fact. Here comes the Baker boy. Oh, he's robbed the possession there by Scotty Johnson. Nicely picked up. Hand pass back inboard. Central's got to get things moving. Little kick. Not bad. Not bad. It's okay. Mark. Hand pass. It's all happening here. Timmy Ellis is figuring that play. And so too there was, in fact, Brendan Jackson pulled to the ground as he tried to get rid of it. And here comes Cousins. That's the Jay Cousins. This is the one that kicks the goals. This is the one that keeps getting the footy. He goes out wide, tips it into Mark Brown. He takes the mark on centre wing. Hand pass inboard. Here's Dave Cousins. Oh, a bit of rest for a while, Dave. Goes out towards Tyke by the full forward. He takes the mark.
Yeah, good work. Good strong mark too, Wade Tyquin, who's had a fair day. He should have probably kicked 7 at least, but he's kicked 4-3 to date. And he's no more than 40 metres out, virtually directly in front.
Kicked 3 in the first half, 1 in the third quarter.
Shouldn't have too many problems here, gentlemen.
Well, he's the coach. It's hard to drag yourself, I suppose, but if he misses this, you have to drag him. When he's a full forward, he's the coach. Should kick the goal. Simple as that.
He will.
That's if he doesn't kick, we might drag him. What do you think?
That's it.
Doesn't have to.
Take 3 of us to get him off. Thank God you kicked that. Tyquin, for God's sake, thank God Wayne Tyquin put that through. He has to. He's kicked 5 of the afternoon, Corio. They've been the powerhouse Corio here this afternoon. You wonder how they lost a game throughout the year. But I guess it happens to all good sides now and again, Ron.
Yeah, very hard to stay up, but Carlton are doing it in the AFL, and it looks like they're going to win their 20th game for the season as Corio now 22-11, 143, 60-point leaders over Werribee Central's 12-11, 83, and it's 33 minutes gone. Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock.
And Jason Doherty, we've got to give votes at the end of this, and this is going to be pretty hard because they've had players drifting in and out all the time.
I've just been thinking for the last 20 minutes about that, actually. There's the siren.
All right, we've got 1 minute to make up our minds.
For the end of the match. And the final score, Corio, 22 goals, 11, 143. They kicked 7 straight goals in that final quarter. And Werribee Centrals have ended up 12 goals, 11, 83. And 60 points the margin, 10 goals.
Goal kickers here this afternoon in the GDFL Division 1 second semi-final. The winners, Corio, go into the grand final. Next week, Werribee Central's take on a pretty quick and a pretty slick Bannockburn side. It'll be a great game here next week. Actually, at Osborne Park next week. Goal kickers for Werribee. 1 goal to Brenton Vilchins. Roland Beck got 1. Brendan Jackson kicked 1. Paul Puppyfield kicked 1. Further down the list, Andrew Scott got 1. James Ryan got 1. And Luke Luddick kicked a goal. 2 goals were kicked by Richard Paddyfield, and 3 goals to Paul Stretton, whose first half was very inspiring, but unfortunately after that opportunities were limited for Paul Stretton. The Corio goal kickers, 1 goal apiece. Mick O'Toole, Johnny Cousins, Swampy Marsh, Steve O'Keefe. 2 goals were kicked by Dave Cousins, who was playing on a wing or half back. I think it was half back. 2 goals to Lonnie Cousins, who got him in the last quarter. 2 goals were kicked by Nevada Cornwall. 3 goals to Ashley Davey, who spent some time in defence when Peter McCain was off the ground. 3 goals were kicked by Mark O'Toole, who was an exciting player. And I can tell you that Wayne Tyquin kicked 5 goals through for the afternoon here, and could have easily kicked 6 or 7 or 8, as Ronnie said.
Yes, certainly. Well, better players for the Werribee Central side who have gone down convincingly here this afternoon. In that first half, Darren Fraser, Brendan Jackson, Robert Edgar, Brett Membry and Cole Fraser were terrific for the side. Timmy Ellis also was busy, but they just couldn't maintain the status quo here this afternoon with a powerhouse display of great Australian rules footy by the Corio Devils, who really did not have a loser all afternoon. And, well, from a voting point of view, gee whiz,
Good luck, Ron.
You can just about give them all votes, but I've gone this way. It's a kiss and cousin afternoon here this afternoon. I couldn't squeeze Lonnie Cousins in because he only came on late in the game and kicked 2 goals from 2 kicks. 100% record. We could just about give the kid a vote, but I can't. We're going to go Johnny Cousins for 1. We're going to give Swampy Marsh, the old fella in the middle of the ground, who roughed it up and toughed it up a bit and did all the hard work for the Devils, getting the ball out to the running players. Mark Brown, I've got to apologise to. Wayne Tyke, what's kicked, 6? 5? 5 goals. Yep. I gave 3 votes. David Cousins, I reckon he had BO all afternoon here today. Fair dinkum. He was running around like as if it was his own footy patch out there, mate. No one would get near him all day. Congratulations, David Cousins, for mine. He's my 3 voter.
And mentioning the BO from one great BO to another. Jason, your votes this afternoon.
Thanks for that introduction, Cookie.
That's all right. I'm sitting alongside you. Know what I'm talking about. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Votes this afternoon. Well, I could have tossed up 13 players for the 1 vote. I had a couple of players in mind. Michael O'Toole, who faded out in the second half. I thought his first half was pretty good. Stephen O'Keefe, and also there was one other I was looking at, Mark O'Toole, but I've given 1 vote to Darren McNamara. I thought his game across half-back for most of the game was pretty safe and sound, and I've given him 1 vote. I've given 2.
Is it fair to say you're never too old, you're only too lazy?
Yes, I think it might be right.
He's a marvel, the old bloke, isn't he?
Yep, he tried really hard today. He played well across half-back. I've given him 1 vote. I've given 2 votes to John Cousins. He just knocks up getting possessions all the time. He's unbelievable. And I've given 3 votes to Dave Roach. I thought that his game across half-back and deep in defence right throughout the afternoon was instrumental in Corio setting up many midfield runs, and I thought his game was exceptional this afternoon. I've given him 3 votes.
So 3 votes to Dave Roach, 2 to Johnny Cousins, 1 to Darren McNamara. Ronnie went for Dave Cousins, Swampy Marsh and Johnny Cousins. What have I done? I wrote these down before. Here we go. I'll give 1 vote to Dave Cousins. Across half-back and centre wing, he just kept running. As we said, he's got BA for sure. No one would have picked him up. Had he picked up about 4 or 5 more kicks in the last quarter, he might have got BOG. I gave 2 votes to Dave Roach. I thought his game was terrific. He went back there. Someone was creating a bit of trouble early there for Werribee Central. Just can't think who it was, but creating a bit of trouble early. He looked like Luttick it was. And Dave Roach went on in. Luke Luddick was off the ground twice during the afternoon, and Dave Roach just kept getting possession and played a great game across half-back. And I gave 3 votes to Mick O'Toole. I thought he was the one that set him up. I mean, when it was there, tough and hard and early. I know he went off in the last quarter, whatever, but I thought he played a great game, Mick O. The coaching tactic there of having Mick O as a forward pocket player playing across the middle as an extra midfielder really did work, and I thought he set up their victory. In the second quarter, when they kicked 7 goals, I think, in a row. Mark O'Toole got 1, Tyquin got 1, O'Keefe got 1, Cornwall got 1, and Mark O'Toole got another 1. Mick O'Toole was involved in almost every goal they kicked in that quarter, and I thought that set up their win, and I gave him 3 points for a fine sterling performance here at the Western Oval this afternoon.
Okay, well, in a final wrap-up and analogy of those 3 very wise voting cards here this afternoon, that David Roach, wearing the 99 Guernsey, has been deemed the guest video Bannockburn Sporting Trophy best performer here this afternoon with 5 votes.
Okay, Ronnie, now you've been doing the guest video thing for 9 years now, I think, heading for 10.
Thank you.
And have you ever given 3 votes to the player wearing number 99 on the ground?
I wouldn't think so.
Is that a first for guest video?
It is a first for guest video, David.
We're part of history.
Good on you, Roachy.
Well,
Played a great game this afternoon.
2 votes went to a bloke he wore number 62. He actually had 4 votes out of those that we gave just a moment ago.
Dave
So
Cousins.
Dave Cousins is the 2 voter here this afternoon, and the 1 voter will go to
Johnny Cousins, I'd say. Is it?
John Cousins. Yes, got with 3 votes from 2 of us. Mickey O'Toole got 3 votes from 1. So congratulations, John Cousins.
It's an interesting statistic here on, because I know people get right into statistics. Can you say statistics?
Statistics.
Okay. It's very interesting this, because 99 got the votes, 62 got the second vote, and 11 got the third vote. Add that up, it's 172 divided by 3. The average number on the back here this afternoon, you get this, is 57 and a third. Can you believe that?
That was a bit of useless information from David Tigger Cook.
Hey, some more information. The umpires, Johnny Zam, Paddy Murray, Fanny, they weren't useless, they did a good job. Now, you're a great knocker of umpires. Give them the points out of 10. Okay, go for it.
9.5.
Okay, great, Ronnie. And the boundary umpires, Chris Bedham and Adam Still, probably not as good as Sam Mirabel.
Slamming Sam.
And Sean Rapidly, the Irish boundary umpires, raising him back to front. He's all right too. But they did a good job. And the goals, Bill Davidson and Lou Marachi. And Adam Gladkey, the emergency, and he got up twice, actually. Adam, I think he passed win twice, but he did get up twice, and it's good to see him not interfering with the game.
Did a very good job, the gentleman.
Yeah.
And can I just say, before we get the guest video crew, watch everybody jump back on the Corio bandwagon the next fortnight. That's all I can say. And I was never off it, I can tell.
Oh,
And he's
man.
back on it. Look at
Oh,
it. He's back
man.
on it. And there'll be 1,000 others as well.
Well, the guest video team would like to thank you this afternoon for your company on 94.9 Guest Video FM here at the Western Oval for the 1995 Division 1 second semi-final, where Corio have been convincing victors by 60 points over Werribee Centrals. On behalf of myself, David Cook, Jason Doherty, Dean Teabag Bushell on camera, Robert Watson, and our technical engineer director extraordinaire, Brett Revere, downstairs pulling all the punches. This is a good afternoon.